Yeah, so coming to the selenium part, let me see some of the basic things today. Yeah, so if any new members join today, so myself is Venkata Krishna. I'm working as a architect in very big MNC. Total, I'm having 13 years of experience in software testing on various tools. Yeah, so that is about the myself. And yeah, let me try to see some of the things in the Selenium side today. Yeah, any new members today joined?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So, so do you have any knowledge on manual testing? Whoever joined today newly, Sandesh Aligar is new. He is saying he doesn't have any manual testing knowledge. Kiran Bhatt, I am new. Okay, but without having manual testing, understanding the Selenium is bit difficult, guys. But uh, how how it is difficult is because you want to automate the application using Selenium. At least you need to know manual testing concepts, how the manual testing is working and all. You need to have some idea. Then only it will be easier for you. At least you need to have the manual testing knowledge. Okay. So even yesterday evening 6 o'clock, 6 to 8 o'clock batch, I have started on manual testing. If you don't have the knowledge, please join into that batch as well so that you will understand the manual testing concepts. Okay. Yeah, because in the automation testing, what we are doing, so we are just whatever the operations we are performing in the manual testing, so those all operations we are trying to do with the help of a tool. The tool is Selenium. Selenium will help us to replicate all the actions, whatever you are performing on the manual side. So that is the reason. So you need to have little knowledge on the manual testing side, how the process and everything. Yeah, then only it will be helpful to you guys. Sorry. Yeah, then only it will helpful to you if at all you are trying to learn the automation part. So if at all you want to learn the automation, you need to have the little knowledge on the manual side and how the manual process, what is STLC, what is SDLC, and what is agile model. And these all things you need to have little knowledge on it. Then only it will be easy for you to understand the Selenium. Yeah. And coming to the Selenium part, yeah. So it is, see, there are two ways of testings will be there, guys. Manual testing and automation testing. Manual testing, what we are doing, guys, everything we are doing manually by entering the data, by seeing the links, buttons, text fields, drop downs, whatever the controls are there in our application, we are going to perform actions on those controls manually. We're going to perform actions on those controls manually, and we will try to replicate all the operations what we are performing, and those are operations we are trying to do with the help of a tool. That is what automation testing is. Manual testing is something we are going to manual testing is something like we are going to perform the testing manually without using any tool. That is manual testing. Coming to the automation testing part, we are going to do testing with the help of a tool. The tool which we are going to learn here is Selenium. Selenium is the very booming tool, guys. So many openings will be there on Selenium because it is a open source. It is having large user community base, and yeah, so support will be there for the Selenium. whatever the questions you are getting, you will get answers for all the questions in the internet. So Selenium is and supports only web applications, guys. It supports only web. Yeah. So first thing, why we need to go for automation testing? What is the advantage of it? Can you put it into chat box, guys? Why we need to go for automation? Guys, it is more of a interactive session, guys. Please, whatever I am asking, you can put it into a chat box so that it will be easy for me whether you are following or not. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can put it into the chat box, guys. So whatever so why we need to go for automation? What is the advantage of it? Mega is saying to reduce expenses for farm. Okay. And any other answers, guys? Why we need to go for automation? Yeah, Artis is saying reduce time. Okay. To speed up testing, Mega is saying. Okay, good. So yeah, all your answers are correct, guys. So why we need to go for automation testing? To save the time, guys. If at all you want to do manual testing, each and every test case, each and every functionality you need to test manually, it is going to take a lot of time, guys. So client might doesn't have that much time to allow us to do that type of testing, because it is going to take a lot of time for the regression testing. Each and every sprint you need to test all the previous sprints. Each and every sprint you need to test the previous sprints. If at all you are having 100 sprints, all before 9, can you please mute, guys? If anybody is on unmute, please. Yeah, thank you. So why we need to go for automation testing, guys? Especially for the regression testing. What is regression testing? Whenever there is a change, whenever there is a addition of the functionalities, there you need to perform the regression testing. Whether the existing functionality is working fine or not, we need to verify. Okay, these two ways we are going to do two situations. One is whether any new functionality is added. Second case is when any functionality is changed. So in these two cases, we're going to perform the regression testing. So if number of sprints are there in agile model, all the previous sprints you need to do the you need to perform the regression testing. So if at all our sprint time is 2 to 3 weeks, but all the previous sprints functionalities we need to test, that is not at all possible with manual testing. So that is the reason we need to go for automation testing. We are going to develop the automation scripts whenever we need to test the application. Just we are going to execute all those scripts whatever we have written. So and those will give you the results of what test cases are working, what test cases are not working. So with this way only we can use the regression testing. No company will do regression testing manually. Every company will go for a tool. Every company will go for a tool. So that is the advantage with the automation testing, guys, especially for the regression testing. So to reduce the time, to speed up the testing part, if at all we are doing manually, it is going to take a lot of time. So to reduce the time, we need to go for automation testing. In this session, so we're going to learn the automation tool Selenium. Selenium is very booming, guys, nowadays. It is like more number of openings will be there, and it is very easy to learn. So nowadays all are web applications only. So that is the reason Selenium supports only web, because each and every application nowadays is a web only, right? So that's fine. Selenium supports only web applications. Okay, and also it is a open source. Freely you can download and use it. Okay, fine. So why we need to go for automation testing, guys? More resources are required in the manual testing. These are all the manual drawbacks, guys. So more time is required. No accuracy. No accuracy means no correctness. Sometimes tester may feel that, okay, this functionality may work. It is not at all a problem. So sometimes he may not able to cover all the functionalities. Then we may have chance to miss the bugs. So that is nothing but no accuracy, guys. Okay, as a human being, we may miss some functionalities, but in automation testing, Selenium will not miss any functionalities. Okay, fine. No repeatability will be there. See, one sprint you did regression, next sprint, one sprint you have done the regression, but whereas in next sprint, okay, again you need to perform the regression. No repeatability, no reusability. Each and every sprint, if at all you are doing manually, each and every sprint you need to perform the testing. Each and every sprint you need to perform the testing, guys. Okay. So that is the reason what I'm telling you is no accuracy and no repeatability and no reusability in manual testing. Each and every sprint you need to perform the testing manually if at all you are not going with automation. So each and every sprint you need to perform the testing. That is the reason no reusability, no repeatability. Okay, fine. And more budget is also required, guys. Why more budget? See, if at all you're doing manual testing with a number of resources, okay. So each and every sprint you need to perform the regression testing. So then obviously more team members are required. If more team members are there, then more budget is to the client. Because client is paying money to each and every resource in the project. So if more resources are there, then obviously more budget will be there in the manual testing. Okay. So, and also last thing, testing team will get bored and tiredness. Same work they are doing again and again for multiple sprints, same work only, same regression testing, same test cases. Obviously, the testing team will get bored of the work. Same work again and again, every sprint they have to do it. Okay, so that is the reason. These are all the drawbacks of the manual testing, guys. Because of all these drawbacks, we need to go for automation testing. Okay, mainly automation testing is for what, guys? To speed up the testing. To speed up the testing, we need to go for automation testing because in the agile model nowadays, okay, so each and every project is an agile model only. In the agile model, okay, every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, one sprint will be there. One sprint may be there or multiple sprints may be there for one release. That depend on the priority of the requirements. Okay. Guys, if you don't have any knowledge on it, please visit our channel, Chris Software Solutions. There, I have uploaded some videos on agile model and all. Try to understand there. I explained the real-time process, guys. Please try to follow and come up with any questions and shoot a mail to me, guys. Okay. Correct. Before going to the automation testing, what is the prerequisite for automation, guys? The application should be stable, at least 70%. Application should be stable like more than 70%. That is the prerequisite in order to go with automation testing, guys. If at all you want to go with automation testing, the prerequisite is what, guys? The prerequisite is what? At least 70% of the application should work. At least 70% of the manual functionality, the application functionality should work. Then only we can able to go with automation testing. And also one more point, guys. Is automation is replacement for manual? Guys, can you put it into chat box, whatever you know on it? Is manual is replace, is automation is replacement to the manual? Mega saying no. Okay. Bhagyasri, no, correct. Guys, is automation is replacement to manual, guys? Grishma is saying no. Okay. Arthi is no. Guys, the rest of you all also please involve, guys, and let me know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So automation is not replacement to the manual. Manual always will be there. Manual always will be there, guys. Okay. Manual always will be there. Why? Because so in real time, how the process will happen is, okay, if any new sprint is there, first we need to test all the stories in that sprint manually. We need to test all the stories in that sprint manually, guys. If manually everything is working, then the automation people will start automating those uh, test cases. Meanwhile, the manual team will continue with the next sprint. Okay, like that is the process. Usually it will happen in real time, guys. Okay, that is the process. It will happen in real time. So what will happen, guys, in real time, how the things will be is, first we need to perform the manual testing on any new sprint. If everything is working, then we will give it to the automation team. Automation team will continue with automating those test cases. So always n-1 sprint will be there for automation, guys. N-1. For example, sprint 10 is going on. The automation people will concentrate on automating sprint 9 test cases. Sprint 10, the manual team will continue with their testing part. So automation people always follow n-1 sprint, guys. Okay. If 100 sprints are there, until 99 sprint, the automation people will develop the automate, but sprint 100, the manual team will continue with their testing part. Okay, so please remember this in the interview and all, they may ask you question like how automation will fit it into the agile model. Yes, so like this, how it is fitting into the agile model. Okay, n-1 sprint we are going to maintain here. So first the manual team need to test everything, each and everything very clearly. So if manual testing is fine in that sprint, at least 70% of the functionalities are working, then we will take that those features for the automation. In the automation, we are going to write the automation scripts for those test cases. So please remember, guys, in real time, n-1 sprint we are going to maintain for the automation in agile model. Okay, if nth sprint is going on, but automation people are automating n-1 sprint. Okay, if 100 sprint is going on, the manual people will continue with sprint 100, but whereas the automation team will concentrate on sprint 99 related test cases to automate. Okay, so like that, how the automation will be, yeah, will be there in real time, guys. Okay, so the prerequisite for automation is what, guys? Application should be stable, like more than 70%. It should be stable, guys. Then only we can able to proceed with the automation. So you can see here, guys. So automation is not replacement to the manual testing. Automation is just a continuation to the manual test. In the interview and all, they may ask you questions, guys. Is automation is replacement to the manual testing? No. Manual testing always will be there. Automation is not the replacement. It is just continuation, guys. Okay. Automation is just continuation to the manual testing. Especially for regression testing, we are going to use the automation. Because when there is a feature change, when there is a feature added to your application, you need to perform the regression testing to cross-check all the existing functionalities are working fine. So that is the reason automation is not replacement. Automation is just continuation to the manual testing. Okay, why we need to go for automation, guys? So it is fast, less number of resources are required, accuracy will be there, repeatability will be there, reusability. The long span of time, budget also gets reduced to the client. In the long span of time, budget also gets reduced to the client, guys. So with these advantages, we need to go for automation testing. With these advantages, we need to go for automation testing. Automation is, it is fast and less number of resources are required. Accuracy will be there, repeatability will be there, reusability will be there. In the long span of time, budget also gets reduced to the client. Okay, because of all these, we need to go for what, guys? Automation testing. That is the reason automation is playing very major role nowadays, guys. Automation testing is playing very major role. If at all you are attending the interview on manual testing, because most of the companies, they are looking for automation people, though they have requirement on manual testing, but still they are taking the automation testing people only. Why? Because in the future they want to utilize them for both manual and automation. So only manual testing, guys, the requirements will be very less only on manual testing. But coming to the, if at all you added selenium into your profile, you're going to get n number of calls, n number of job openings. I'm sure about it, because that much booming is there for selenium nowadays. Okay, if you learn perfectly selenium, yes, wherever you go you will get a job, guys. No doubt about it. Wherever you go you will get a job on selenium, because that much booming is there, guys, nowadays for the selenium. We need to learn very patiently these 30 to 40 day sessions, so that at the end of these sessions you will become an expert in selenium. Okay, so, and coming to the openings, yes, we have n number of openings for the selenium. We no need to worry about the openings, guys. We no need to worry about the openings. N number of openings are there in all over India. Your choice which company you have to go. That's it. That much booming is there for selenium, guys. Okay, fine. See this picture, how to work with automation testing. What exactly we're going to follow, how to automate the any application, guys. Okay, coming to the automation testing part, the main input for automation testing is what, guys? Test cases. Test cases are the main input for automation testing. Test cases are the input. These test cases, see how the process in real time is. In the beginning of the project, we will get all the test cases from the manual team. Manual team will share us all the test cases. We need to go through it and come up with our questions. Okay, come up with our questions based on the test cases, and manual team will be ready to clarify all our questions. At the same time, we are going to identify the complexities, guys. What is the complexity of each and every test case? What is the complexity of each and every test case? Yes, so what is the complexity of each and every test case? We will be identifying over there. And based on that, the automation plan will be prepared. Going forward, in the coming sessions, I'm going to tell you more in depth about automation plan, guys. Okay. Usually it is prepared by the automation lead or automation manager will be there. He is going to prepare. Okay. So you don't need to worry about that, but try to understand the process here, how we will follow in the automation testing. So the main input for automation is what, guys? Test cases. These test cases are the main input, guys. Test cases. What of the test cases manual team has written, those test cases they will be sharing to the automation team, where our job is to automate these test cases. So first what we are going to do, these test cases, we need to convert it into instructions, or we need to convert it into programmable statements by using Selenium tool. Okay, please try to understand carefully, guys. So whatever the test cases are there, these test cases we are getting from the manual team. These test cases we are trying to convert it into what? Instructions. Okay, or tool understandable statements, or Selenium understandable statements. So these test cases you are converting it into the instructions, tool understandable statements, and then these instructions you are giving it to the Selenium tool. Selenium tool will perform all the operations on your application, and tool will give you the result. Test case pass or test case fail. So how to work with automation testing, guys? So try to understand carefully here. So manual test cases will be there. Manual test cases, you are trying to convert it into automation scripts with the help of Selenium tool. So while converting, you need to learn about multiple things to convert it into instructions. I will tell you later, but try to understand the overall concept, guys, what we are doing. So what is the input for automation, guys? Can you please put it into a chat box? What is the input for automation, guys? What is the first input? Yes, Mega is saying test cases. Correct. So first input, guys, everyone, it is an interactive session, guys. Please try to update your answers, whatever I'm asking in the chat box, so that I will understand where you are, whether you are following or not, or whether you are having any issues or not. So these all things I will try to understand, guys. So please, so if at all, yeah, you know or you don't know the answer, please put it into a chat box so that it will be easy for me to, yeah, understand where you are and whether you are following or not. Okay, fine. So see this architecture, guys, what you are understanding here. So why I am telling multiple times this part is, this diagram is very, very important. Okay. So the input for automation testing is what, guys? Test cases. These test cases, what you are doing, guys? You are converting it into instructions. Instructions means tool understandable statements. What is the tool we are going to use? Selenium. So Selenium will understand these instructions. It will perform on your application and the tool will give you the results. What test cases are passed, what test cases are failed. That is about the automation testing architecture, guys. Okay, that is about the automation testing architecture. So you may get it out, sir, how we will understand these test cases and all. Correct. So but in the real-time process, what is the process we are going to follow, guys? First we will get all the test cases from the manual team, and also they will give you knowledge transfer to you, KT. Knowledge transfer, yeah. So they're going to schedule some sessions and they will be sharing their knowledge with us. What test cases are there? What all the modules are there? Okay. How they will execute some test cases and show us the results. So like that way, yeah, in the beginning of the project, we will get all the manual test cases along with the little KT from the development team. Based on that, what we need to do, guys, we need to prepare the estimations. We need to prepare the automation plan. I will tell you later, guys, what is automation plan and all. Just I'm giving a heads up to you. Okay. Just I'm giving heads up to you. So once we get the manual test cases, we need to execute them. And before execution, we will be getting some KT, knowledge transfer, from the manual team. And also at the same time, what are all the test cases are there, we need to come up with our estimations for it. Okay, so finally we're going to calculate the test automation plan. How many test cases are there, how much time it is going to take, if 2 resources how much take, if 5 resources how much time it will take. All those things will be there, guys. Okay, you no need to worry. In the coming sessions I will be talking more about the automation plan. Okay, fine. Fine. Now, I hope you understand by now what we need to do. So whatever the test cases we are having, you need to convert them into the instructions, guys. Okay, you need to convert them into the instructions. These instructions you will be giving it to the Selenium tool, and Selenium tool will work on your application, and the Selenium tool will give you results, what test cases are passed and what test cases are failed. Very good. Okay. See, key differences, guys, you can see here the differences from the UFT to other tools. UFT is a licensed tool, guys. Okay, UFT is a licensed tool. Selenium is an open source tool. But UFT support almost all the web and Windows applications, but Selenium supports only what, guys? Web application. Because some people are earlier, they know UFT, but they want to learn Selenium. That is the reason I have added this slide into our PPT. Okay. So coming to the here, what, guys? UFT and Selenium. UFT is a licensed tool. It is a commercial tool. We need to purchase it from the HP. The vendor for UFT is HP, guys. Okay, HP company. So earlier Mercury Interactive is there, but later it is undertaken by the HP. So Selenium, let me try to learn something about the Selenium part. It is an open source tool. It automates only web applications. It supports most of the languages, guys. Java, C Sharp, Perl, PHP, Python, and Ruby. Okay, so many languages Selenium is going to support. But in those languages, Java is popular. I can say 70 to 80% of the Selenium projects on Java only. Okay, that is the reason I'm going to cover Java also in the part of this course. Okay, and supports almost all the browsers, guys, like Chrome browser, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Edge browser, Safari browser. So all the browsers it is going to support. You no need to worry about the support of to all the browsers. And coming to the, yeah, everything in Selenium is you want to reuse. You want to reuse some functionalities or you need some functionalities. Everything is in the form of a jar. Jar means Java archive, guys. Jar means what, guys? Java archive. So everything is in the form of a jar only. You want to reuse any functionalities written by somebody else, then obviously you need to go with what, guys? You need to go with use of jars, Java archives. Okay, jar will contain all the libraries, guys. Jar will contain all the libraries where we can reuse those libraries in the part of our project. Okay, in the part of our project, we can reuse those libraries, guys. Okay, so that is about the jars. Jars full form is Java archives, guys. Okay, so it is containing all the it is containing all the libraries, whatever is required for us. Fine. So it supports record and playback, but very limited support will be there that we can do with Selenium IDE. That we will be seeing in today's session, guys. Okay, fine. There is no object repository concept. Okay, this is fine. Supports mobile testing also, but whereas we need to do the use the APM. APM is the tool we need to use to perform the mobile testing, guys. And it supports parallel executions also, because I want to execute my scripts on 5 different machines. In one machine, yes, it may hang if you will open more number of browsers. Then I need to split my load it into multiple machines. I want to load into multiple machines. That is possible only by using Selenium Grid. That is possible only by using Selenium Grid, where we are going to learn about Selenium Grid, where we can able to perform the parallel testing, guys. Okay. There is no integration with other tools. That is fine. So this is about some of the things about Selenium part, guys. So what you understood, guys? So it is a open source tool. It automates only web applications. It supports so many languages like Java, C Sharp, Perl, PHP, Python, and Ruby. And it supports almost all the browsers. Yes, all the browsers wherein which we can able to automate. All the browsers it is going to support. And one more thing I told you is whenever you want to reuse some functionalities from the other packages, then you need to use the jar file. Okay, everything is a jar in Java, guys. It is a Java archives. Okay, it is in Java archives. So everything is in the form of jar files only. Okay, I will show you how to add the jar and perform all the things. And it supports mobile testing and using of the APM. Supports parallel testing using Selenium Grid. Selenium Grid is mainly used for distributing the load it into multiple machines, wherein which you can able to perform your execution on multiple machines. So that is the advantage with Selenium Grid, guys. Okay, fine. So these are all the few of the things about the uh, Selenium part and all. So far, any questions do you guys have? Guys, any questions so far? Entire team? I hope you understand. Any other questions do you have? Okay. UFT full from Tanushree. Unified Functional Testing, guys. UFT full form is Unified Functional Testing. Okay, but it is a licensed tool, guys. Tanushar to everyone, no. Tanusri, no. Okay, fine. I hope you are following. That is fine. Okay, so next, see here. And before going to little practical part, see here. Why do you prefer Selenium tool, guys? It is free and open source. Anybody can use it. Anybody can download and use it, guys. Okay. Have large user base and helping communities. Yes, Selenium is having very large user base communities. Each and every question you will get it in the internet. Yeah, and cross browser compatibility. It is going to support, as I told you, almost all the browsers. It is going to support, guys. Okay. It is going to support almost all the browsers. Whatever the browsers are there in market, all the browsers it is going to support. And platform compatibility. Yes, you can use Selenium in Windows or Linux or Mac or Ubuntu, anywhere, wherever you want, you can use Selenium. That is not at all a problem for us. Okay. So that is something like platform compatibility. Okay. And multiple programming languages support. As I told you, Java, .NET, Python, Perl, PHP, Ruby, so many JavaScript, so many languages it is going to support, guys. So that is the reason Selenium is booming nowadays. Okay. If you know perfectly the Selenium, guys, getting a job is very easy. If you are able to follow all my sessions for this 40 days, if at all you are able to follow all these 40-day sessions and able to practice each and everything, then see, no doubt at all for me, 100% you are going to get a job. Okay, you no need to worry about the job, guys. First, you need to focus on the subject, how to learn the subject, how to practice what are all the things I am doing. These things, please focus on it more. Okay, if you learn the course from me and you are able to practice all the assignments, whatever I have given, then no doubt about it, you can easily get a job on Selenium, guys. Selenium is very easy. You don't worry about that. Okay. Selenium is very easy, guys. We no need to worry about that. Okay. Selenium having three components, guys. What are all those? Selenium IDE, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid. Selenium IDE, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid. IDE we will not use in real time, guys, but just for your knowledge, I will show you how to perform the record and playback by using Selenium IDE. How to locate the elements also I will tell you. WebDriver is the robust one, guys. It is going to support all the web applications and all. By using Selenium WebDriver, we are going to do it. And third one is Selenium Grid, which is talking about the parallel executions. As I told you just now, so parallel executions, and you are going to put the execution on parallel machines. That is possible only by using Selenium Grid. Okay. So for that, we're going to learn the Selenium Grid. Selenium Grid is mainly used for what, guys? To distribute your load into multiple machines. You can distribute your load into multiple machines. That is about the Selenium Grid. Okay. Coming to the course structure, to the Selenium. What are all the various things we are going to learn here in this course? In this course, what are all the various things you are going to learn? So, yeah, Selenium course content, guys, you can see here. What I am going to cover in this course, try to understand carefully. Yeah, if any other things which you want to add me, so I will do that. That is not at all a problem. But this course I have planned is anybody can able to learn Selenium by using Java. Java is also very easy. Anybody can able to learn it, guys. No issue at all. I don't have any doubt on that. But you need to practice more. You need to follow all my assignments. Then only it is possible, guys. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Selenium course content you can see here. And introduction part. What is automation testing? When to use? These are all the things we have seen just now. And yeah. And coming to the introduction to Selenium part. How Selenium will work and all. And what is Selenium? What are all the drawbacks and advantages? Selenium components, yes, WebDriver and grid. And locators identification, it is for the, we need to identify the locators, guys. Locator means it may be anything. Control, any control we need to locate, any control we need to identify. I will show you in the next session how we can do that. But for now, you need to understand locators means how we are going to identify the controls available in your application. Core Java, we are going to discuss whatever is required. The object-oriented concepts we're going to discuss. And exceptions in the Java, we will see. And now we are entering into the WebDriver part, guys. Okay. See, in my course, the Java and Selenium we're going to learn parallelly, guys. Every day, 1 hour, 15 minutes, I'm talking about the Selenium. Remaining 40-45 minutes, I'm going to talk about Java, guys. So that it will be very easy for you to understand the Java concepts, and it will be very easy for you to answer any question in the interview and all. So that is the reason what I am telling is, so first we will try to learn the automation perfectly without having any issues. So if at all you are able to learn Selenium perfectly, n number of openings are there, getting a job is very easy, guys. So next WebDriver part we are going to learn WebDriver. So what are all the various things we can do with WebDriver? Similarly, introduction to database testing. So how we can do, how we can connect to the database from Java, how we can get the output, how we will execute the queries, how we will get the output. So all these things let me try to learn in the database testing part. Debug scripts in Eclipse, I will show you how to do that. And TestNG framework and introduction part. Yes, it is very good framework for Selenium Java, guys. So TestNG framework we are going to learn. And Maven. Maven is a dependency management mainly we used for. So yeah, Maven will help you to execute our scripts wherever you want, guys. So that is the advantage with the Maven. Next part is Jenkins. Jenkins is for the continuous integration and continuous delivery, guys. So wherever continuous integration and continuous delivery is there, so there the companies are using Jenkins. Jenkins is also very booming tool, guys. Okay. Jenkins is also a very booming tool. Most of the companies are following Jenkins, guys. Similarly, Selenium Grid. Selenium Grid, as I told you, it is used for what? To distribute the load from one system to the other systems. We will see very practically how it is distributing and all. Next, framework, guys. We're going to discuss more about the framework. What is framework means? The approach, the plan, the process, what you are following to automate the application. That process is nothing but framework. What are all the different folder structures you are creating is nothing but framework. What is the relationships between the scripts is framework. Okay. So that part very clearly we're going to learn here. And page object model framework. This is also one type of framework where we can use for our automation and all. And yeah, web services testing you're going to learn. Okay, web services part you will be learning manually, and automation part for you guys. How we need to do the web services testing and all. Similarly, last part is Cucumber, guys. Cucumber BDD, behavior driven development. Okay, earlier days and all TDD will be there, test driven development, but nowadays some of the projects are migrating to the BDD, guys. So that is the reason I thought of cover BDD from the recent batches. Yeah, so these things we are going to learn in the part of Selenium training, guys. Okay, any other doubts from anybody, guys, so far before going to the next step? Yes, can you put it into your chat box? Okay, Mega is saying no, fine. I hope everything is clear for you. Okay, and Kiran is saying no. Okay, guys, everybody more interactive, guys. Please, whenever I'm asking something, please try to update in the comment box, guys, so that it will be easy for me whether you are following or not. Okay. Grishma is saying no, Bhagisri no, Tushar no. Fine. Very good. Okay, good response from you guys. Now in this case, okay, in this case, see this diagram, the other diagram which I'm going to open. See here. Okay, I'll come back to the here. Guys, this diagram is very, very important, guys. See here. What is the selenium architecture you're going to learn in this diagram? Okay. So, for example, you can take any application, guys. You can take any application. I want to perform some operations, guys. See, for example, I'm going to take very sample application here. This is the sample application, guys. Username is admin and password is admin123. You can just search with Orange HRM demo. You are going to get this application. Okay, for example, you can see here, guys. This is the image, or this is the image, and these are all the labels. These are all the title of this section, and username, password, login is there, forgot your password is there. Okay, so first part is we need to, okay, using HTML, we need to identify the controls. See, total two things are there in Selenium automation, guys. First part is any application which we are working, we need to identify the controls. And then we are going to perform the operation on it. Okay. We need to perform what, guys? We need to perform the first thing. You need to perform the how to identify those controls. Once it is identified, then you can perform your action like entering the data or clicking on button or selecting the item in drop down. All these things, yes, all these things you need to learn. You need to learn all these things. Okay. So whenever you want to automate any application and all, first you need to identify those controls. Okay. That is the first job, guys. You need to identify those controls. Once your controls are identified, see what are the controls? These are all the controls. Once these controls are identified, then what we need to do? Once, okay, identified, once the elements are identified, then the next part is operation. How to click on it, how to pass the send case, how to select the item in drop down, how to select the checkbox, how to select the radio button. So two things mainly here, guys. Whenever you want to learn automation testing and all, two things are there. One is how to identify those controls. Once controls are identified, the next part is how to perform the operations. How to perform the operations. Operations is something like what, guys? Selecting the checkbox, selecting the radio button, inserting the data, entering the data into text field. All these are coming under operations part. All these are coming under controls. So in order to work with Selenium, two things you need to learn. One is how to interact with the controls, how to locate the controls, how to identify the controls. Once controls are identified, then we are going to focus more on operations part. Operations in the sense, any click operation you are performing, that is a operation. How we can do that? Okay, these two things are playing very major role, guys. Okay, identifying the control is very, very important. Identifying the control is very, very important, guys. Locating the element is very, very important. If you know how to locate, then you will be very easy for the Selenium concepts and all. Okay, I will tell you today, please try to practice on it. Okay, fine. So first thing, you can take any application, guys. Okay, you can take any application. You can take any application. Usually, yeah. So usually these are all the controls will be there, guys. What are the controls will be there? Buttons, checkboxes, and tables, links, drop downs, and radio buttons, images, pop-ups. Only these, some of the controls I covered here. Only this type of controls will be there in any application. So identify. you need to identify the controls. How we can identify? Total 8 locators are there to identify the application controls. To identify the application controls, so we are having how many locators, guys? 8 locators we are having. Locator is nothing but by using that you will try to identify the control. Locator is something like where you are going to use that for identifying the control. That is about the, yeah, how to locate the element, guys. Can we see practically this part? So how to locate and how we can verify whether it is locating or not? Can we see practically? Yes, we will try to see practically all these things, guys. Before that, you want to do that part. First, my request is to install the Selenium IDE, guys. Okay, Selenium IDE also will help us to verify whether element is recognizing or not. Okay, what you need to do is, so go to here, go to Google. So you can mention Selenium IDE for Chrome. Okay, Selenium IDE for Chrome. So Chrome extension, right? You can mention Chrome extension, Selenium IDE for Chrome extension, guys. See here, click on there. Since already I have installed it, so I'm getting the option what, guys? Remove from Chrome, because already I have installed. You can see here, this is the icon for Selenium IDE. This is the icon. So already I have installed, so that is the reason it is showing me the remove from Chrome. If at all remove from Chrome, I am removing. See now, okay, it is removed from my system. What you need to search, guys? You need to search Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE, you can search it in Google for Chrome. Selenium IDE for Chrome, you're going to get it for Chrome. Selenium IDE for Firefox, you're going to get it for Firefox. Okay. So two things, guys. So first, whenever you want to work, again and again, I'm telling you, first you want to work with any application and all, you need to know the functionality. And second thing, whenever you are trying to work with any application, you need to know the, once application is clear, you need to know the application, how to locate the elements and how to perform the operations, guys. How to locate it, how to perform the operations. So these two things you need to know, guys. So how to locate the elements, now we are going to discuss, and operations part I will tell you later. If you know these two things, so then 50 to 70% of the automation is done. Remaining everything is very easy, guys. So most of the time in real time, we are concentrating more on what, guys? Writing the test scripts. Okay, most of the time we are concentrating on writing the test scripts. Okay, that's fine. See here, guys. So how to get the Chrome? Just you can search Chrome Web Store, Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE, you are going to get it. IDE is mainly for the record and playback, guys. IDE is mainly for record and playback, where you can record your script and playback it, but sometimes it may not work, guys. We should not rely on Selenium IDE, but yeah, so we can check whether it is working or not. So just click on the add to Chrome, guys. I am adding it to Chrome, add extension, correct? Go to these extensions and go to these extensions and Selenium IDE, where you want to pin it. Okay, fine. You can see here, guys. So this is our Selenium IDE. Mainly Selenium IDE is for what, guys? To record your script. It will allow you to record and it will allow you to locate your element. Just to confirm whether your element is working or not, you can verify with this. So that is the advantage of the Selenium IDE, guys, where we cannot write robust automation scripts and all by using Selenium IDE. We cannot do that. What we can do is whatever is happening, so that using Selenium IDE, we can able to try to replicate those all steps, guys. We will try to replicate those steps, but Selenium IDE is mainly for identifying the to verify identification of the locators, and you can perform the record and playback. But in real time, we will not use Selenium IDE, guys. We will directly use the WebDriver. I told you, right? Total 3 components are there. So Selenium IDE, WebDriver, and Selenium Grid. So whenever we need to perform anything under inside of a company, we will not explain about the Selenium IDE and all. Directly, we're going to start with the Selenium IDE and then Selenium Grid part, guys. Okay. Yeah, Selenium WebDriver and Selenium Grid part. But Selenium IDE is used for to locate the elements, guys. How it is able to locate and all, please understand the concept, guys. Okay. So before going to the Selenium IDE part, is there any doubts so far in this session? Guys, you can put it into a chat box. Bhagyasri is saying no. Tushar is saying no. Okay. Rest of the people, guys, any questions so far you can ask me before going to the how to identify the element using Selenium IDE. Guys, please be more and more active, guys. Please be more and more active, because it is an interactive session. I don't want to make it as a I am speaking everything and you are listening. It is more of interactive sessions, guys. Any questions at any time, you can put it into a chat box. I will help you on that in this
Good
session.
morning, sir.
Yeah, can you mute and ask me your question in the chat box? Yeah. Can you please mute and ask me your question? Who is asking the question? Guys, who is asking the question? Locators and how to perform the operation. Now let me show you the Selenium IDE part. So this is Selenium IDE, guys. What you can do, go to Google and search it Selenium IDE for Chrome extension. You're going to get it. So if you did not, I already installed, I'm getting removed from Chrome, or YARD2 extension, you are going to get it. You will get the YARD2 extension, guys. So that how IDE is for, yes, Mega is asking, IDE is for only identification. Correct, correct. But you can record and playback, yes. But real time record and playback will not work for us. Why? Because I will tell you later. Due to so many reasons will be there. Okay. So that is the reason IDE we will use for locators identification, and that too in the going forward. Yeah. So IDE we will use it, and other mechanisms also there to verify whether element is identifying or not. I will tell you later, guys. Okay. But once Chrome is installed, what you need to do, guys, for example, I want to go with this application. Which application? Orange HRM application. I want to record my script on this application, guys. For example, I want to record. How you can do that, guys? Open the Selenium IDE. It will ask for create a new project. Just create a new project. Create a new project. Okay. So see, can you able to see here record button, guys? Can you able to see here record button? Click on this record button. It will ask you which application you want to record. Just start recording video. Okay, this is the application, guys. Here I am entering admin. Here I am entering admin 123. Okay, just click on login. Okay, application is logged in successfully. Now let me stop it. Test name it is asking. Test 1, click on OK. See, what all the steps are there, everything it will be recorded for you guys. Okay, what all the steps are there, it will record it, but sometimes it may not work because see, this is the code is there, set window. It will not work with these statements and all. So that is the reason only we're not going to work in real time, guys. Okay, you want to run this part is working or not, just here run button will be there. Click on this run button. See, it is open, right? What you need to do, just click on this run button, guys. Okay, just click on this run button. Just click on this run button. See here. Okay, because already you logged in, so that is the reason it is showing this page. That's fine. Now I did logged out. See here, admin is entered and clicked on login, guys. Okay, so like this way it is going to work the record and playback part. But for example, you can see here, I want to see here, it is the click operation. ID equal to text username is there. I will tell you what is ID equal to text username. You can see here, I hope you understand this. Can you able to see this diagram? So selenium IDE identify, so operations we need to perform, guys. We need to identify the controls first and then we need to perform the operations. So yeah, that is how we are optimizing the code and all, that is framework. Multiple browsers, multiple operating systems it is going to support, and these test scripts we are going to execute it on multiple browsers, multiple platforms. Okay, so selenium IDE is mainly for record and playback, which that is we are not at all using in real time, but we can use it for locators identification, elements identification, we can use it. Yeah, so what are the two different things, guys? One is we need to identify the control. Second one is what? We need to perform the operation. Identification and operation, performing the operation. These two things you need to learn, guys. In the beginning, I'm going to teach you how to identify the control, and then I will show you how to perform the operation. Okay, how to identify, how to perform the operation. Both the things we will see. Okay, in the framework. Yes, so I will tell you later what is framework. So and then we will try to execute it on multiple browsers and multiple OS by using Selenium Grid. Guys, try to understand the concept here. So any web application will be there. Every application will be having its own controls like drop downs, checkboxes, radio buttons. These all controls will be there. But what is our job, guys? We need to identify them in order to work with our test cases. First, we need to identify them. Once identification is done, next part is we're going to perform the operation on it, like click operation or entering the data or checking the checkbox or checking the radio button. So different operations we can able to perform. So in the beginning, you are going to learn two things. One is how to perform the uh, identification. Second one is how to perform the action or operation on those elements. Okay, let me go one by one, guys. Automation is very easy. You no need to worry about that. Okay, automation is very easy, guys. You no need to worry about that. Okay, see here. These are all the HTML tags usually will be there in any application, guys. So HTML, this is the parent tag. You no need to know anything about this. Just I'm telling you what are all the HTML tags are there. Okay, so if you open any application, everything is HTML only, guys. See, you want to see this username, right click and inspect it. You can able to see the HTML of that particular page, and it will highlight with that particular element. Where that particular element will be highlighted. See here, username field is there. When you place mouse on it, it is showing this is related to the username. This is related to the password. Okay, so whenever you want to see the HTML for any part, whenever you want to see the HTML for any part, so what you need to do, So just right click on it, inspect it, guys. Okay, just right click on it, inspect it. You can able to see what, guys? The HTML part of that particular page. Okay, and you want to look at this login button, just right click on it. What you need to do, guys? Inspect it. See, login is highlighted successfully. So what I'm telling you is, coming to this HTML, we are calling these HTML are tags, guys. This is a HTML tag, head tag, body tag, title tag, anchor tag. A means anchor tag for link, guys. So these are all the links. These are all the links available in our applications usually. Usually, these are all the tags available in our applications. Table format, tbody, td, tr, table row, td, table data, iframes. So these are all the various controls usually in our application we will be having, guys. Okay, usually we will be having. So how to locate the elements, guys? First thing, how to verify it, guys? How to, first thing, two things we are going to learn, as I told you. One is identification of the elements. Second is perform the operations. Now we are in first, identifying the elements. How we can do that? See here. So like this is the page is there, guys. So I have recorded one by using RNGHRM site. Okay, so how to play it, guys? You can click on this play button. It is going to open login page, correct? It is going to enter username and password it entered and click on login. Okay, it clicked on login. So like that, how you can, yeah, you can try to perform the uh, recording operation for it, but sometimes it may not work because of the middle code, whatever it is generated. Guys, can you observe here carefully whether it is working or not? How I can find out whether this button is there, right? Button is there. So can you see here? Username is there. ID equal to text username. You can see here username field, inspect it. Right click on it and inspect it. Okay. This is ID. What is there, guys? So here what you need to understand is input is a tag name. Name is a attribute. Text username is a attribute value. ID is a attribute. Text username is ID attribute value. Use type is attribute and text is attribute value. Guys, are you following, right? So yeah, anything, guys. So anything after the left arrow, that is a tag name, guys. You can tell me now this form is a tag name, ID is a attribute and its value, method is its attribute and its value, action is its attribute and its value. So like this way it will continue, guys. Okay, like this way it is going to work. So attribute, see here in this field, what is that? What is the tag name? Div is the tag name, ID is attribute and its value, class is attributes and its value. Okay, like this way you need to understand the HTML, guys. Like this way you need to understand what, guys? HTML you need to understand. You need to understand the HTML this way. Okay, so once you understood the HTML, okay, so Omega is asking one question, what is attribute? See, while developing the application, HTML application and all, while developing the HTML application, the development people will use these tags. Okay, development people will use these tags wherein which we are able to see. Attribute means it is one of the property of the locator. It is one of the property of that particular element. See, div user I have taken here. How development people will develop this application or this control is, they're going to, it is a input field. So tag name is what? Input field. They need to give unique identifier. Its name is name. Your name is the attribute and this is the attribute value. ID also they have provided. ID is again attribute and its attribute value. Type is attribute and its attribute value. So attributes is something like wherein which the development team is using to identify the particular element uniquely. To uniquely to identify the particular element, then the development people will add some attributes to their HTML code. Those attributes we will be using to identify the particular control. Okay, so attribute is something like it is one of the property of the that particular element. Okay, element and control both are same, guys. Whenever I have used the element, please think that control, any control it may be. What are all the controls are there? Each and every control we are going to work in our sessions. Okay, that's fine. So I hope you understand Mega now. Yeah. So what is the uh, is an attribute constant over the whole application? I will tell you. Yeah. So this part, coming to this part, for example, this field is there. Now tell me what is the tag name? Input is the tag name. Okay. So attributes are constant or differs. That depends on the how the development people are using these. Okay. So because development people may use whatever they want, but our intention is what? To locate the element. Our intention is what? To identify the element. Whatever the attributes they are using, those attributes we will try to use to identify this particular element. That is what our job is. Okay. So any attributes, any number of attributes the development people can use. That is not at all a problem for us. What is our agenda? By using those attributes, we will try to identify the controls. We will try to identify the elements. That is what our agenda is. So whatever they are using development people, we can try to use it. That is not at all a problem. See here, tell me now, what is the tag name, guys? Input is the tag name. This is type. Type is the attribute and its value. Name is attribute and its value. ID is attribute and its value. Value is attribute and its value. Okay. So attribute, what is the meaning of attribute, guys? Attribute is the one of the specification for that element. Okay. Or one of the property for that element. It will tell you what type of element that was. Okay. It will tell you what type of element that is. So like that how it is going to work, guys. Okay. So here what we have learned, guys, what we have learned here. So we are going to learn what is attribute. Yeah. Tag name equal to attribute. Yes. So coming to the here. So one thing you need to understand here is after this left arrow, whatever is there, this is the tag name, and before equal to is there, that is the attribute, and after equal to is there, that is the attribute value. ID is the attribute and its value. That you need to understand it, guys. I hope you are understanding now. Okay. I hope you are understanding now. So why the development people will use these all attributes? To identify that particular locator uniquely. Okay. So that is the reason they will be using this locators for identifying the elements, even in development side also. Coming to the testing side also, we will be using the tag name and attributes and the attribute values for identifying in our perspective also. Okay. So I hope you understand now what is the tag name and what is the attribute value. Development people can use any number of attributes and its values for one element. Okay, that is fine, guys. Any number of attributes they can use it. We no need to worry about that. Fine. Now, okay, Selenium IDE is there, right? Selenium IDE, and we have used Selenium IDE, correct? Observe carefully here. This particular username field is there. Okay, inspect it. This is username field. What attributes are there, guys, for this? What is the tag name? Input. What attributes are there? Name is one attribute, ID is one attribute, type is one attribute. So in Selenium IDE, which attribute it has taken? Text username. Okay, ID attribute it has taken. Okay, that's fine. So the syntax for this is, whenever you want to identify any control, ID equal to ID attribute value. Okay, what guys? ID equal to ID attribute value. What is the ID for this, guys? What is the ID for this? TXT username. Okay, so how we can locate it, guys? ID equal to ID attribute value. ID equal to ID attribute value. Whether it is working or not, whether this locator is working or not, how we can verify, guys? Can you able to see here search button? You can click on it. See, username field is highlighting. See, username field is highlighting. Carefully observe here. Similarly, password field also. You can see here. This is our password field. Okay, so search it. See, password also identifying. But what is the syntax, guys? ID equal to ID attribute value. Name equal to name attribute value, like that way. See, for example, I want to take the name attribute, guys. See here. For example, I want to take the name attribute. This is your name. How you can identify, guys? Go to the Selenium IDE. Come to last step. Come to last step. Just you need to give the, if at all you want to pass some data, then give it the send case. Name I am trying to use. Name equal to name attribute value. Search it. Click on search button. See, username is identifying successfully. Okay. And here login button is there. I want to identify this login button. What type of control it is? Tag name is input and name is there. Class is there. And ID is also there. Okay. By using name, let me try to identify. Let me try to identify by using name, guys. How we can do that? Go to last and take this. And what type of control it is? It is also a input type only. Send case. Earlier this was not mandatory, but recent versions they made it mandatory, guys. Some operation you need to provide. See, name equal to name attribute value. Okay, submit. See here. See, submit button is highlighting successfully. Submit button is highlighting. So like this way, you need to locate the elements. Even tomorrow also we're going to discuss more about the locators and all. You don't worry, but try to understand the HTML part. Okay, any HTML will be there. So this is the tag name, and these are all the attributes: name, ID, type, and these are all the attribute values, guys. So by using tag names, attributes, and its values, we will try to identify the controls. That is what my total overall point for today is. By using tag name, by using attributes and attribute values, we will try to identify the particular control. We will try to identify the control. Okay, so fine. So that is about the, yeah, how to locate the elements, how to identify the elements, and what are all the different tag names will be there, and each, what is tag name, what is attribute, what is attribute values, all these will be covered here. Okay, so before going to the next further step, I want to listen all your questions now. Okay, so what are all the questions you are having? You can put it into the chat box, guys. Okay, because we have discussed, I hope you understand what is tag name and attribute values, how to do that, how to locate it, and Selenium ID, how to open it, and how to record it. I hope you understand by now. Now tell me, guys, what are all the questions you are having? So your questions, please let me know. Guys, please let me know your questions. Mega is saying I understood attribute and attribute value, but not tag name. See, this is the tag name, Mega. See, any element input is the tag name. Span is the tag name. Div is the tag name. So after left arrow, whatever is there, that is the tag name. Okay, entire page you can take. You can take entire page. Okay, entire page you can take. See, input is the tag name. After left arrow, whatever is there, that is the tag name, guys.
So it will always be in front of the attribute, the tag name, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
got it. Thank you.
So here div is the tag name. Div is the tag name. So here also div is the tag name, div is the tag name. Here script is the tag name. Okay. So yeah, after left arrow, whatever is there, that is tag name, guys. Okay. After left arrow, whatever is there, that is the tag name.
Some places
So,
tag name is there
no,
in the back also after the value. That is not the tag name, even though it is there behind the value, attribute value.
where you are talking about here?
Like, yeah, for example, here again you have arrows, left arrow, right arrow, div. So is this not a tag name?
See, in the HTML, there is a starting tag and there should be a ending tag. This is the starting tag, this is the ending tag. Between your controls will be there. This div is starting here. You can see here carefully. I can able to minimize this. Here it is starting and here it is ending. Okay. So this is the starting and this is the ending. So each and every tag, there is a starting and there is a ending. Okay. So you no need to worry about much about all this, but my point here is, so after left arrow, whatever is there, that is the tag name. And between starting to ending of this tag, whatever the values are there, so this is attribute and this is attribute values. For now, try to understand that part. That is fine. Okay, that is fine. So if at all you want to identify any control and all, right click on it, inspect, go to inspect here. In the inspect, you can able to see here, okay, when you place mouse on it, it is highlighting, see here, and it is the input field, and type is the attribute and its value, name is attribute, its value, class is attribute, id is attribute, value is attribute. Okay, so just try to understand that part, guys. That's it, not more than that is required for us. Just you need to understand what is tag name, what is attribute, what is attribute value. That's it. Okay, fine. Yeah, so any other questions, you can put it into your chat box, guys. For today's session, we have discussed what is the importance of the automation testing. Again, I have covered one more time. And in the similar fashion, what is the use of automation we have discussed, and what are all the different components of the Selenium, guys? What are the different components will be there? Selenium IDE, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid. IDE is for record and playback, and whereas Selenium WebDriver for robust scripts development, Selenium Grid for executing your scripts on multiple platforms. So these are all the different control or different features available in the Selenium. Similarly, what we have seen, guys, we have seen about the Selenium architecture, guys. So whenever you want to perform any operation, what you need to do, you need to identify this control first. What you need to identify this control. You can identify the controls by using these 8 locators that I am going to cover tomorrow. But for now, try to practice on any application you can take, right click on it. Okay. So the syntax is very simple. If ID will be there, the Selenium ID, ID equal to ID attribute value will be there. Name will be there, name equal to name attribute value. ID equal to ID attribute value, name equal to name attribute value. Okay. So like this way, these two try to practice on any application with the name and ID, and remaining I will tell you tomorrow. Whether this control is working or not, just you can use this search button, guys. With this search button, you will understand whether it is working or not. Okay. So whenever you want to perform any operation, first what you need to do, guys, you need to identify them. Once you identify, next what you need to do, you need to perform the operation like click operation, send case, or entering the data and all, click operation. So these are all you can able to perform on the controls. Okay. So now we are in identifying the controls. After then, I will tell you how to perform the operations. Okay. Even tomorrow also we will continue with how to identify the controls. So these are all the various things we have seen today, guys. Okay, these are all the HTML tags. I hope you understand HTML tags. So any application you can take, just to see the HTML. What we need to do, guys, just to right click and inspect. Right click and see here. This doesn't have any, only tag name is there. Source property, I mean source attribute is there. Source attribute value is there. Name is not there. ID is not there. Then how you can identify, guys, in this case? Then we need to go for identifying using XPath or CSS. Those two are the locators that I'm going to cover tomorrow. Don't worry. Okay. So before closing today's session, so any other doubts you are having, guys? Anybody who joined newly today, can you please share your mobile number to Navita in the chat? Any other doubts, you can put it into your chat box, guys. I will help you on that. Guys, anybody having any doubts? Anybody? Please put your mobile number in the chat box, guys. It will help Navita to touch base with you. Okay. So any other doubts, anything which you are having, or how you are feeling the Selenium is? So just we have started. So much is there to learn in Selenium. Don't worry, because very easy manner we will try to learn the concept. Very easy manner. Okay, you no need to worry. Okay. So tell me, guys, any other questions which you are having and all before closing today's session? Is everybody understood what is tag name, what is attribute, and what is attribute value and all? How to see any application? How to see, guys? Just right click on it and inspect. That's it. You can able to see that element, related attributes and its values along with the tag name. Okay, guys. Any other questions? Any other questions from anybody like Yugandhar, Aishwarya, Bhagyasri, Kiran, Megha, Munikumar, and Prashant?
Will there be same attributes or tag name in a web page, sir?
Sorry, can you come again?
Will there be same tag name with the same attribute in the same web page?
That depends on the control. That depends on the control. See, you are taking username control. It is having its own attributes and values. Login
So
your
every field has separate attribute and separate value.
Correct. Every field has its own attributes and tags.
Okay, it will not duplicate even if it is same
No.
web page.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But coming to our testing point of view, it may be duplicate or it may be repeated. We doesn't care about that. So because whatever the attributes are there, those we are going to use in our case. If it is a duplicate or if it is a repeating, that doesn't matter for us. What we are doing, we are inspecting it. Whatever the attributes are there, we are using that to identification. Correct. So we no need to much worry about what tags are there, what attributes are there, and all. Whatever is there, we will try to use them in our to our identification part. That's it.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Any other questions, guys? I'm feel free. If you whoever is joined newly today, guys, and any as I'm telling you, if at all you are having any doubt and all, you can always send a mail to me. This is my mail ID. Online testing help. Online testing help at gmail.com. This is my mail ID, guys. You can always send a mail to me. What are all the questions you are having? I'm ready to help you on that. Okay. Online testing help at gmail.com. Okay, guys. So, then that's it for today's session. See you on tomorrow, guys. But for you, the assignment is, guys, open this application. I'm putting into a chat box. You can see here. I sent you the link, guys. I sent you the link in the chat box. So what you need to do is try to go through it, this application, and here username password is also there. Try to right click and inspect and just check the properties, guys, how the properties are there and all. Okay. Here forgot password link is there. Just check the, it is a is a anchor tag. It is a link. Okay. Forget your password is the link text. So more about these things we will be discussing tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, don't worry much about why they have used this tag and that tag and all. That is not required for us. Okay. What is required for us? Whatever they have used, we will try to use them in our identification part. Okay. So yeah, so that is about the today's session, guys. Thank you so much. If at all you're having any issues and all, please contact Navita. Navita number is there already in the group, guys. You can touch base with Navita and she will help you on that. Okay. Right, guys. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow at sharp 8 o'clock. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Sir.
Yeah.